I want you to listen to something that is making the rounds right now, certainly by the Trump campaign, by Senator J.D. Vance and others, what President Biden had to say about this tonight.
And just the other day, a speaker at his rally called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters. His demonization of seen as unconscionable, and it's un-American.
Governor, first off, just what's your response to that comment from President Biden, where it sounds like he's calling Trump supporters there garbage?
Yeah, look, I had not heard that until now, Caitlin, so I'm kind of giving you my fresh reaction to it. I would never insult the good people of Pennsylvania or any Americans, even if they chose to support a candidate that I didn't support. I think the real issue here is Donald Trump and his inability to simply say comments like that are wrong, to simply stand up for his fellow Americans. He is incapable of doing that. When he had the keys to the White House before, he didn't do it. He separated people out. He divided people. He's promised more of the same. And that's why I think he's dangerous. And that's why I'm working as hard as I can to support Kamala Harris and do everything we can to defeat Donald Trump again in Pennsylvania. Yeah,
and the White House is trying to say that what President Biden was saying, they're putting an apostrophe there in supporters, saying it's the singular, I guess referring to the comedian, that supporters comments. I mean, it's hard to really look at that when you can listen to it for yourself. But do you think the president needs to come out and clarify that comment?
Well, I think President Biden will decide what he wants to say. It's certainly not words that I would choose. And I think it's important that we remain focused on the contrast between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and not attacking supporters of either candidate.
Who's going to bring us together, and that's the type of leader I intend to be.
You spoken to President Biden since his comment last night about garbage?
Listen, I think that, first of all, he clarified his comments, but let me be clear, I strongly disagree with any criticism of people based on who they vote for. You heard my speech last night and continuously throughout my career. I believe that the work that I do is about representing all the people, whether they support me or not. And as President of the United States, I will be a president for all Americans, whether you vote for me or not. That is my responsibility, and that's the kind of work that I've done my entire career, and I take it very seriously.
Have you spoken to him about the comments and his intentions?
He did call me last night, but this didn't come up.
Are you concerned about what impact this may have on voters, on the divisiveness of the election, and whether or not it's going to dissuade some people from supporting you because of your affiliation with the president and this administration?
I've been very clear with the American public. I respect the challenges that people face. I respect the fact that we all have so much more in common than what separates us, and that most people want a president that understands that gets that, and approaches their role of leadership that way. I've been very clear from my earliest years as a prosecutor. I never asked anyone, are they a Democrat or Republican? The only thing I ask folks is, are you okay? And that's the kind of president I will be.
And what did you talk about with the president and the vice president on a separate subject?
Well, I believe everything basically that President Biden says is garbage himself, as well as Kamala Harris. And I mean that with a straight face. I mean, what he's trying to implement the past 4 years with inflation, the border crisis, foreign affairs is a mess, and it's been ridiculous. The good thing about it is people now see the contrast from when Trump was in office and now with Biden and Kamala been in office. It's a night and day difference. So common sense would tell everyone we've got to get what works back in office, and that was Trump.
My reaction is that this is a Hillary Clinton deplorables moment of this campaign, and that the American people are better than this. Don't know why this campaign feels they need to go so negative against an entire population. At this point, even the polls say that's half of America. So our president thinks about half of America like this. We're not garbage, we're not trash, we are the American people, but we're better than this, we can rise above. It will be the downfall of their campaign that they continue to pull out Hillary Clinton comments like this. Hillary Clinton tactics don't work in America.